Like I said, thanks for taking some time out to speak with me. Like we said over the phone, you were Livingston ISD superintendent when Audrii Cunningham was murdered. And we talked in the past just about how that impacted the district. And today we got word that McDougal, her murderer, has accepted a plea deal. Just wanted to talk with you on how did you feel when you got that news?
Well, my heart breaks all over again, and you know, the community of Livingston. While I don't live there anymore, it's definitely a part of my life. I spent 10 years there, and I guess the thing that's so heavy is, as I was talking earlier this morning, was that over the course of 12 months, that community lost 6 children and 2 staff members. And so it has been through a very, very rough time. And as I said, I continue to keep them in my prayers. The whole thing that unfolded there with Audrii, from the minute that happened, this absolutely is my personal feel on that, and everybody's got an opinion, and I understand that. But my personal feel was that anything short of the death penalty was a complete travesty as far as justice goes. If the death penalty is not, if this is not a case for a death penalty, then we ought to just completely stop the death penalty anywhere in the United States. To me, this is the poster child of the death penalty. And the thing of it is look, I know that I'm going to get lots of comments and lots of criticism, but at the end of the day, everybody's got a story. And when I grew up, that was called an excuse. Well, it costs so much money to try somebody for the death penalty, or, oh, this is the reason it didn't happen. But at the end of the day, you peel back all the layers of the onion, that's just an excuse. And I'm very disappointed to hear that from the standpoint of Audrii's justice. But I do feel very comforted to know that this serial criminal is not going to be on the streets and out in society to continue his rampage in his life that he's lived.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's safe to say that you don't feel like what happened today was enough. Um, do you think it brings any comfort to the district as a whole hearing today's news?
Well, once again, I can't speak on behalf of the district because I'm no longer at the district, but I saw the pain. I saw the pain in the community. I saw the pain in the eyes of the staff, the students, the suffering that they went through. And at the end of the day, yes, I'm an educator, but I'm a parent first. And I look and I put myself in the shoes of a parent, and I sit there and I think, what if that was my child? Well, actually, it was. I was her superintendent, and so if that happened to my child, there's only one punishment that brings justice. And I'm an old sinner. I'm a born again Christian, and in my Bible it talks about an eye for an eye, and that didn't happen today.
Wow. Well, I think with seeing what did happen and seeing how they did handle this case, a lot of people are talking about it. A lot of people are focused on that, but I think it's important that we not lose sight of who this really affected, and that was Audrii. Um, can you think back and tell us about what it was like being Audrey superintendent, what it was like being able to, see over her while she was here?
Yeah, well, I mean, the deal is back with her. We had a young, precious life that was being lived, and here's the deal: when you walk the halls after that happened, and you see the pain in those teachers' eyes, you see the pain in her, her classmates' eyes. One thing: she impacted people while she was here. And people don't cry or get upset when they lose something that wasn't of value to them. And for that level of pain, in my observation of it is she made an impact on the people that she was around. And so, you're exactly right. It is that the second tragedy that could happen in this would be for her to be forgotten. We've had a deal here, and we got to move on from Don Stephen McDougal. And I think as a society, we need to forget about his existence and just remove him from that. But the second tragedy would be is if we forgot about Audrii. And we established a scholarship in her honor. Last year, we were able to give out $21,000 scholarships to Livingston High School graduates. And I know that they're keeping that on with the Green and White Scholarship. I know that that's still an avenue for your listeners that can call 936-328-2100 or ldavis@livingstonisd.com and can make a donation so that Audrii's memory will continue to live on. And it's an opportunity to pay something forward that can help others. And just as Audrii impacted others, her scholarship impacts others.
Yeah. And I think another way y'all are doing that too is by having her portrait kind of move along with her class as they matriculate.
Exactly. That's special. There is a portrait that's at central office for us to continue to remember her from that standpoint. There was one given to Sheriff Byron Lyons, the sheriff that led that search that wound up bringing her home. And then there is a portrait that is now in the junior high, and it will go with her classmates up through high school until their graduation, and to where it will be returned back to Creekside Elementary.
Wow. And, you know, of course, you're no longer the superintendent at Livingston ISD, but is there anything you say to them in this time, seeing kind of how this case played out and seeing how this ends?
Yeah, and it's what I continue to say as we lose children. It's one of the worst parts of the job is standing over the graves of our kiddos who've gone too early. And there's not words. There's nothing that you can say. The words fall too short. But the thing that we can do is that, like happened at that time, uh, love each other. The person that's beside you, check on them, make sure they're doing okay, engage them, show them how much you love them, because at the end of the day, we have to love each other through these bad times so that we can get to better times in our lives.